Good evening, micro followers. Giving the ducks a quick re-up on some water. Just giving you guys a fair warning. This video is going to contain an eggtopsy of the one egg that did not hatch, that was Gretchen's originally. So what had happened was Gretchen abandoned 6 eggs yesterday, and I was going to come out and candle them tonight, and I decided to go ahead and just bring them into the house and candle them. And as it turns out, 5 of those 6 eggs were not fertile. So that's a good reason for them not to hatch. However, one of them looked to be pretty well developed. So this is your heads up. If you got a weak stomach, or if children are by, just don't get into that kind of thing. I'm about to pop open a developed chicken egg. So this is our egg. Unfortunately, since I no longer incubate eggs, I don't have any of my tools that I usually use to perform an eggtopsy. So we're just going with some little picker sticks. And because I have no way to prop my phone outside, like I don't have the stand that I usually had in the house, I'm going to have to put the phone down a couple times. So just bear with me. It's going to be a very amateur video, but I figured in case any of you have never seen a developed chicken egg that never hatched, this would be a good educational tutorial also to try and troubleshoot the reason why the chick couldn't hatch. So, put the phone down for a second and let's get this started. So right now all I'm doing is cracking the egg open, and you don't want to crack it on the counter like you do when you're cooking or anything. I'm just going to tap it a little bit till it breaks the surface, and I can tell you right now that this chick may not have been able to hatch. If it is fully developed, it may not have been able to hatch because that shell is very hard to break open. Next, we start to chip away the outside shell, being very careful just in case for maybe a freak accident, and you know, if it's not candled correctly, if maybe the chick is actually still alive in there, you never just want to just bust into it. My gosh, my legs are getting chewed up by skeeters. Okay. So from what I can see at this point, I've started to bust away. We've got some jelly-like substance here. And that's the chick's foot. So it's looking like this chick was fully developed. There's no blood in the area. There's no veining left in this film right here. So that means the chick was fully developed. We're going to go ahead and continue. What I do is I just very carefully break the shell around the outside, exactly the same way as it would if it were hatching. See how that's in a circular? That's what's called zipping. I don't have to be so horribly gentle now that I have gotten in there and I've seen that the chick is indeed not alive. So, Now we go ahead and I can remove part, the top half of the egg. Okay, so what has happened here, this is not fully developed because I can't keep it still. I'm on a decline, so this area right here is part of the yolk that did not absorb. This film on the inside, this is the reason why it's hard to make deviled eggs with fresh farm eggs. This is the reason why they're hard to peel. This film right here is so tight around the chick. It's called shrink wrapping. So what happened was this chick probably had a fighting chance to hatch. And then when Gretchen abandoned the eggs, if you guys remember me telling you that when I checked them, when I realized that she was off the eggs and I checked them, they were cold. So what happens is exactly that. It shrink wraps the chick and they can't get out. Let's go ahead and finish. And all I'm doing right now is just gently peeling away the membrane so it can release the chick's body. Okay. So this chick was not fully developed, which makes me wonder if Gretchen left the box previously and I didn't know about it. So it was almost there, completely, like literally within days. I'm talking like on lockdown. We're talking about 3 and 4 days away from being able to hatch. This is their food pretty much for the entire time that they are in. So once that is completely absorbed into the body, then that's when the chick is considered fully developed. So what happened here was Gretchen abandoned the nest, the laying box, and this membrane right here shrink wrapped the chick, and the chick was unable to finish developing or move or start to pip or zip into position in order to hatch. So with our final, we started with 17 eggs, and Gretchen hatched out 3, possibly 4. I had a very hard time getting a count for her, but she hatched out 3 definitely, and then all but this one was on Fifi and her tiny little butt. So then we had what did I just get rid of? 5 unfertilized eggs. So we had 5 unfertilized eggs, 1 death, and the rest between Fifi and Gretchen. So there you have a real short version of an eggtopsy on how to determine why your chick did not hatch.